Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to MStack Pro, your #1 source for learning about Microsoft's technologies. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a simple Hello World application using Microsoft Visual Studio Community Edition and the C# language. In the following videos in this series, we're going to extend our program and I'm going to show you some of the more advanced concepts that are involved in C# programming, and by the end of the series, you will be able to create your own application that will be able to run on Windows in the C# language. In order to create our first application, let's go to the File menu, click New Project, and from the following menu, select Console Application and give it some name. I'm going to give mine a name of Hello World. And the solution name is going to be Introduction to C#. Click OK and Visual Studio will create the solution and the corresponding project for you. The difference between a solution and a project becomes apparent when we start developing more complex application, because different projects in a single solution allow us to separate logical blocks of our codes and compile them differently, which means that, for example, the result of a project can be an exe executable file or a DLL dynamically linked library. In this case, one project is fairly enough, and as you can see, it has a bunch of files inside it, which we will explore in later sessions. Today, let's focus on this program.c# file, which contains the class called program that Visual Studio has created for us, and the entry point of our application, the static main method. Now, the way the static main method works is that whenever we start our program, it's going to look whether this method exists, and it's going to execute everything that's contained within its curly braces. So we want to print out the line Hello World. So how do we do that? Well, as you can see, there is one namespace that we have to look for, and this is the system namespace that contains the console class, which represents the command line on the current operating system. In our case, it's Windows 7. So these four namespaces are kind of useless now, so I'll delete them, and I'll only keep this system namespace. And as you can see, the project creation runtime has created a namespace called Hello World for us, a class called program, and this static main method, in which we're going to put our code in. And so type in console.writeLine, and now this method writeLine accepts some parameters. As you can see, the IntelliSense tells you that it has 19 variants. And by going through these variants, you can see that this method accepts different parameters, different types of parameters, or no parameters at all, in which case it only prints a new line character. We are going to use the variant that accepts a string, and more about the different types of variables in the later videos. Today, let's focus just on printing the Hello World line. So type in Hello World. Hello World. Yeah, and to end our statement, we have to put there a semicolon. And now the program, or the Visual Studio, recognizes that we are calling the console class. We're making use of the console class. We're calling the writeLine method, providing it the Hello World string parameter, and ending our statement. Now let's start this program by hitting Control F5, and as you can see, the command line window comes up saying Hello World, and Visual Studio puts there another line. Press any key to continue, by which you can close the command line window. Now, why do we have to put our code into this namespace? Well, to be honest, you don't have to. You can simply keep it like this, but a namespace provides a convenient way for code organization. So we'll use that right from the beginning. So namespace, hello world, and curly braces above the class and below the class. Now if I delete this using system statement, the program is unable to recognize where the console class resides. Now in order to fix this, you can type the fully qualified name of the class, which in our case is system.console. However, imagine that we want to use this writeLine method in different places. For example, we want to print another line saying, how are you? Well, let's move an arrow. Let's print console, writeLine, how are you? Well, as you can see, we have to type system.console again. Now, let's say we want to read a character. So we have to say system.console read. And if we want to print anything else, again, system.console.write, writeLine. Let's say I'm fine. And this gets kind of tiring to type the fully qualified name all the time, so it's more convenient to tell the program to use the entire system namespace, and then we can get rid of these system prefixes here. And the program still works. Let's see. Console window comes up saying, hello world, how are you? Now it expects us to give it some input, which can be any character, so let's hit enter. And it says, I'm fine, and the program finishes. Press any key to continue, and we're done for today. You've done great. If you liked the video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I hope you're looking forward to seeing other videos that are coming in this series. I'm going to try to make each week at least 2 or 1 video to keep you focused, and I hope you will enjoy this journey and become a C# programmer by the end of the series. Goodbye.